Picture this. You're standing right in front of a PLC control panel. You're holding this 3-wire proximity sensor in one hand, looking down at input terminals labeled I/0/0 and COM, and you just freeze. Get it right and your control system hums along perfectly. But if you wire them incorrectly, well, at best, your PLC inputs just flat out won't turn on. But at worst, you get the dreaded magic smoke. You could completely short out your equipment. It's an absolute nightmare scenario for any technician. But the good news is, it's 100% avoidable.
All right, let's dive into this. To get us through this wiring dilemma, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the core automation wiring dilemma. Explain syncing and sourcing. Look inside NPN and PNP sensors. Break down the golden rule of connecting. Cover ground faults and safety, and finally give you a master wiring cheat sheet. Starting right off with Section 1, the automation wiring dilemma.
The stakes in automation wiring almost always come down to just one number, 24. Specifically, your 24-volt DC power supply. Look, in an industrial control panel, 24 volts is basically the lifeblood of your sensors and inputs. The dilemma we face is that different sensors handle this 24 volts in totally opposite ways. So if you cross those streams incorrectly just because you misunderstood the sensor type, bam, you're sending a direct short circuit right back to your power supply, and nobody wants that.
Moving on to Section 2. Let's get syncing and sourcing explained.
Whenever you hear the term sourcing, I really want you to just picture a water faucet. Think about conventional electrical current flow, right? It moves from positive to ground. A sourcing device acts exactly like a water faucet, pouring water out into a bucket. It supplies or pushes positive current, specifically that plus 24 volts DC, right out of its terminal. Simply put, it provides the power.
Now, on the flip side of that, we have syncing. For this one, imagine a water drain. A syncing device doesn't provide water, it takes it away. It receives or absorbs current into its terminal, pulling it down and passing it straight to 0-volt ground. It's literally the drain pulling the water down into the sewer. Seeing these side by side really locks the concept in. Sourcing is the faucet, pushing out the plus 24 volts of power. Syncing is the drain, providing that 0-volt path to ground. Now, in any complete DC circuit, current has to flow continuously from top to bottom, meaning you absolutely, for sure, need one faucet and one drain.
Which brings us to a huge, absolutely crucial takeaway, what we call the golden rule of automation. Opposites attract. Because current flows from a source down to a sink, a sourcing output must always connect to a sinking input. And vice versa, right? A sinking output must always connect to a sourcing input. You can't connect a faucet to another faucet, and you definitely can't connect a drain to a drain. Opposites attract.
Okay, let's jump to Section 3 and see what's actually happening inside NPN and PNP.
Most industrial sensors, and we're talking photoelectric eyes, inductive proximity switches, Hall effect sensors, they generally follow a universal 3-wire standard. It goes like this. The brown wire hooks up to your plus 24-volt DC power. The blue wire hooks up to your 0-volt DC ground. And finally, the black wire is your signal output, meaning it's the wire that's actually communicating with your PLC input terminal. So brown, blue, black. Simple enough, right? But what actually happens on that black signal wire? Well, that depends entirely on whether the sensor is PNP or NPN.
Let's look at the internal transistor logic, starting with the PNP sensor. A PNP sensor is a sourcing sensor. When it detects a target, an internal switch closes and sends that plus 24-volt power straight onto the black signal wire. It sources positive current out. Now contrast that with the NPN sensor. An NPN sensor is a sinking sensor. When it triggers, it doesn't send power out at all. Instead, it connects the black signal wire to the 0-volt blue wire. It sinks the current coming from the PLC straight down to ground. So, PNP pushes power out, NPN pulls power down to ground.
Now for the really important part, Section 4, applying the golden rule to connect these things up.
Let's look at exactly how they connect to a PLC, starting with Case 1, wiring a PNP sensor. We just established that a PNP sensor is our faucet, right? It supplies plus 24 volts out of the black wire. Well, because of our rule of opposites, the PLC input literally must act as the drain, the sink, to receive it. To make the PLC input a sinking input, step 1 is we wire the PLC's common terminal, the COM terminal, to 0-volt ground. Then, in step 2, we connect that black signal wire to the input terminal. Now, when the PNP sensor triggers, the 24 volts enters the PLC, flows through the internal circuits, and exits right out the COM terminal to ground. Source to sink. Perfect connection.
And now for Case 2, wiring an NPN sensor. An NPN sensor is our drain. It sinks current down to ground. Therefore, the PLC input card now has to act as the faucet, the source. To make the PLC input a sourcing input, step 1 is connecting the PLC's COM terminal to plus 24 volts DC.
This basically parks positive voltage inside the PLC, just waiting for a path to ground. When you hook up the black wire in step 2 and that sensor triggers, current flows out of the PLC terminal, into the black wire, and the NPN sensor syncs it to 0 volts. The PLC sources, the sensor syncs. Again, opposites attract.
Moving into section 5, let's talk about ground faults and safety.
The specific type of sensor you choose matters deeply, especially when things go wrong. In a rough industrial environment, wires get pinched against metal machine frames all the time. And remember, metal frames are grounded to 0 volts. Think about what happens if a black signal wire gets pinched in a PNP system. That plus 24-volt wire hits the grounded frame, creates a short circuit, and safely blows a fuse, which stops the machine. Safe, right? But in an NPN system, the PLC input is literally waiting for a connection to 0-volt ground to turn on. If that black signal wire gets pinched against the grounded metal frame, the PLC falsely registers an active signal. The sensor didn't even trigger, but the PLC input turns on anyway, which could unexpectedly start a motor or close a heavy clamp. It is incredibly dangerous.
Because of these very real safety dynamics, different regions actually develop different standard practices. Across Europe and North America, following IEC standards, there's a heavy preference for using PNP sensors paired with syncing PLC inputs. Why? To ensure that a ground fault fails safely by just blowing a fuse. However, looking at the global industrial market, especially with legacy machines built in Asia, like a lot of older Japanese equipment, you will frequently see NPN syncing sensors paired with sourcing PLC inputs. Look, neither system is magically immune to all electrical issues, but understanding these regional standards really explains why you're going to encounter both out in the field.
Finally, section 6, the wiring cheat sheet.
Let's pull everything together into one matrix and trace the logic. If you're holding a PNP sensor, you know its function is sourcing. It acts like a faucet, sending plus 24 volts to the signal wire. Because opposites attract, it absolutely requires a syncing PLC input, which means you have to connect your PLC COM terminal to 0-volt ground. On the other hand, if you're holding an NPN sensor, its function is syncing. It acts like a drain, connecting the signal to 0 volts. The rule of opposites dictates it needs a sourcing PLC input, meaning you wire the PLC COM terminal to plus 24 volts DC. Notice how the rule of opposites clearly governs absolutely every single connection here? Seriously, if you just memorize this matrix, you will never short out a power supply again.
And that wraps up our explainer on syncing, sourcing, NPN, and PNP wiring. I want to leave you with a quick thought. The very next time you walk onto the factory floor or open up a control cabinet, take a close look at your own machinery. Are you running the safer PNP standard where faults just blow a fuse, or are you operating with legacy NPN equipment where a simple pinched wire could start a machine all on its own? Knowing the difference isn't just about getting the wiring right. It is about truly mastering your environment and keeping things safe.